joined by Professor Ehud Gonen. Thanks for being with us here, research fellow of Haifa Maritime and Policy Research Center in Haifa University. Appreciate your time here on this subject that continues to make headlines for us here. Now, a recent Wall Street Journal report claimed that at least a dozen cases have taken place here of Israel striking illicit Iranian shipments, primarily oil and weapons, headed to Syria. But this new battleground between the countries, how disruptive could it be, and is it a major source of concern for policymakers?
Yeah, good afternoon. Well, what we see here developed is a new frontier for Israel. Let's call it the maritime frontier. And it has many aspects. And I think the oil issue is one of them. The pollution that we have in the last months or so from oil spilled into the Mediterranean is another thing. And overall, I think what we understand over here, that Israel have a new emerging front, which is the maritime issue, the sea issue, and we have to be prepared and better prepared for anything in those fronts, civilian issues, environmental, terror, security, etc.
We know the Israeli Navy's made some major investments and advances over just recent years to just strengthen in this very arena. But on this recent and really ongoing oil spill that we mentioned here, could an Israeli strike on a tanker be the culprit here? I mean, we saw the Israeli Environmental Protection Ministry so quick here to go really atomic on the Iranian culpability involved here. What could it be behind this? Possibly a strike on an Iranian cargo ship?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that it will be responsible from my side to have any comment on this, because we just don't know. What I think we do know that there is quite a substantial illicit trade with oil from Iran into Syria. This trend is monitored by Israel and others for some time, and those may be related to the pollution. I don't think we know about it. All the proofs, or so-called proof that we have, are very circumstantial. We don't have any smoking gun to really show where this pollution came from. And it's really showed the point that I just emphasized before, that we have to know more about the Israeli economic water. We have so much activity going on in the economic water. Ships lane, we have those gas drilling, gas production, etc. And Israel have to be more present in its economic water and monitor it better, either through the Navy and other means.
Now, so many reports emerging here, as you mentioned, impossible for all intents and purposes to know exactly what happens. How do we parse through the various reports on these issues? These are attacks that are taking place out at sea. No witnesses, no real cameras even to see what's going on. For example, the Wall Street Journal report claiming many of these attacks have not been reported in the past here on certain shipping vessels. So how can it be determined who's behind what? What are we to make of it?
Yeah, that's really the issue. We don't know what happened in the sea. A few dozen kilometers from the coast of Tel Aviv, we just have a maritime blindness. So some ships are reporting or broadcasting their position through an AIS system. We have radar surveillance. I guess that Americans and others, maybe Israelis as well, have some kind of surveillance through a satellite. But overall, I don't think there is what we call a maritime picture. What happens really over there on real time, I don't think that this picture exists. There are a lot of factors over there, whether sea currents, oil and energy production, maritime lines and shipping. There are a lot of activities there, and we don't have a picture of what's going on there. So we have a partial picture through those means that I just described, but there is an overall picture of what's going on in maritime domain for Israel, and this is quite a concern, I would say.
We'll keep watching all the developments closely. Thanks for your time again on our program, Professor Ehud Gonen.